Landlords will say yes to let you Airbnb arbitrage their property if you just do it like this. There are two ways that you can pitch a landlord to get them to say yes or get them to hang up on you. I'm going to give you both ways, and I hear this every single time. Stop pitching it like this first. Mr. Landlord, I absolutely love your property and I would love to Airbnb it. We've got a lot of guests that are coming in. I've been in the area so long. I just love your property. We've got a couple pets. I got me and my boo. We're going to be good. We'll pay the first month of rent. We're ready to pay right now. We'll put the deposit up. We smoke though from time to time, but we'll keep it off on the back porch so we don't mess with the neighbors. We're going to keep the parties down. Don't worry, your place won't get trashed. Stop. If you do it like this, you're going to look at your phone and you're going to go, hello? They've hung up already. Why? Let me give you the psychology behind why you never pitch the word Airbnb or stutter or no confidence when you're making a phone call to a landlord. The reason is because Airbnb is the most well-known short-term rental platform. Everybody's heard of Airbnb, right? vrbo, bookings.com, Expedia, Marriott Home and Villas. They're not as popular. Airbnb is, but it also plays as a negative because guess what's in the news? Parties, trashing the place, their asset getting hammered. People want to make sure that their property's not going to get destroyed. It's also had a lot of things where people are squatting. It's had things in the news where people died. God forbid, like kids have died in here. So they've made this big deal out of Airbnb. And so while it's the greatest short-term rental platform, in my opinion, it is also has a negative stigma in the news. And the landlords only see that part. The only part they see is partying and trash in place. So when you're pitching, I want to Airbnb your property, Mr. Landlord, all they heard was, I want to get my place trashed and I want a lot of people going in and out and they're not going to pay the rent. That's what the landlord heard. So instead, watch. This is how you do it. You watch this video over and over again. If you're smart, you are because you're watching this video and you guys have followed, you'd already hit the subscribe button by this time. If you haven't, please do that. Okay, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the video, right? I bring this stuff to you. I'm the real deal Holyfield. I'm the best in the nation, guys, #1 business. And I'm telling you something, I do this so you guys can win. That's why I give you the game, give you the gems. Pitch it like this instead. Mr. Landlord, we are a corporate leasing company. We have travel nurses, doctors, chiropractors, business professionals, and patients from the local hospital right up the street. We're gonna keep your property in for sale condition, the entire lease. The reason for it, Mr. Landlord, is because we have a professional cleaning crew that comes in once or twice a week and deep cleans the property. And this is different from any traditional tenant. We're gonna do all the maintenance on the property. We're gonna keep this property immaculate all the way through. We have no smokers, no pets, and generally no little kids. We're not gonna paint the back bedrooms green and pink for the kids. Everybody's background checked before they come in, and we have an amazing $3 million policy that is put on the house as far as any renter's insurance. We're dead serious about renting your property. Usually when I'm on a call, it's to get the deal done. You're trying to rent the property, we're looking to rent it ourselves, okay? So let's make this a win-win. Now, here's what I would like to do. I would like to do a 2-year lease with you instead of a 1-year lease to show you we're serious. Okay, now I know that the 3rd of April, but what I would like to do is I'd like to put a deposit down today to secure the property for the next 2 years. And then if we can just make the first payment in May 1st, I'd really appreciate it. That way it gives my team, my decor team to go in. They got to do a couple things. We got to put an e-lock on the front door. We got to do a security camera at the front. That is how you pitch it. The psychology behind it was I told the landlord that sometimes they come in for 2 to 3 days. Sometimes they come in for 2 to 3 months. That tells the landlord that it's a short-term rental. I also said we're going to keep your property in for sale condition because what do landlords care about? They care that their asset that they've bought is going to stay in for sale condition the entire lease. And with a traditional tenant, guess what? It's a crapshoot whether or not a long-term tenant keeps it in great condition. And a long-term tenant is certainly not keeping it in for sale condition the entire lease, and they're not cleaning it, deep cleaning it professionally once or twice a week. That ain't happening. And if a traditional tenant comes into the property, they're not going to handle the maintenance. They're going to call and bug the landlord if the toilet's clogged or if there's battery missing out of the remote. We're going to handle all that stuff ourselves. We manage the entire property. See what I'm saying? I'm getting into the landlord's head to say, it's completely hands-off, Mr. Landlord. Your property is going to be in better condition when we leave the lease in 2 years than it is right now. We're going to make sure we pay every single month on-time direct deposit. You don't have to worry about eviction. You don't have to worry about slow pays. The reason is we're not going to live in the property. We're not going to dig our heels in and do it, and fight an eviction. We don't have to get to that point like a traditional tenant. So when you hit these pain points and you tell the landlord what their pain points are, most landlords care about 2 things: keeping my property in great condition and are you going to make the payments on time? If you can solve those 2 problems when you're talking to a landlord, you're in the game. So I had a guy the other day, he's messaging me saying 99% of people are not going to let you Airbnb their property, and the zoning is terrible. The zoning that they've put on Airbnb, that is incorrect. There's 4 cities out of 21,000 that have banned it completely. And in my group with my students, we're getting a deal every day, like multiple deals a day. So, listen, when you're on the outside and you're uneducated and you say things like that, it just shows that you don't know what you're talking about. But it's cool. That's why I do these videos. So you guys can win and you can have the mindset of growth. This person probably has no Airbnbs and is on the outside watching videos. My students are hands-on and we're making sure every step of the way is completed. They're getting landlords to say yes. We're getting properties every day. We're creating great markets, right, where the regulations are low. There's no HOAs. This is what you want to do. But if you don't know what you're doing, what you don't know, you don't know. Okay, if you guys want help, put the word Airbnb in comments and let me help you. I'll reach out to you directly. How about that? Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I come to you every single day, not Tuesday, Wednesday, every day so you guys can win. This is the 2 ways that you're gonna pitch a landlord for Airbnb arbitrage that's gonna help you tremendously. Don't do number 1. Watch this video over and over again. And just if you had to even write the pitch down, have it in front of you. Now, when you're talking to a landlord, you have the pitch. God bless, be safe, guys. Put the word Airbnb if you want comments. I'll personally reach out to help you out. Let's roll.